78% of college workers over the age of 25 wish that they had more creative ability. 72% of business leaders agree that creativity is the number one skill that they look for when hiring. Creative thinking is one of the only things in which AI can't replicate. However, you can't either, because you have these 5 things. You're just putting your brain into non-creative mode. Point number 1, you're a slave to the crowd. So when it comes to a creative activity, what comes to your mind? Whatever that is, why was it so much easier to do when you first started? Whether it's a year ago or 10 years ago when you were 5 years old, you felt like you had this creative flow. All of a sudden, after a few years, you feel stuck. You don't have that creative intuition that you did when you first started. Instead of you getting better at this task, over time you get worse. Guess what? This is inevitable. This happens to everybody. You will never get rid of it. Unless you're aware of why this is happening. The reason why is, for example, my form of creativity is making YouTube videos, right? The more videos I post, the more recognition I'll get. So over time, more people will be watching me. And you know what that does to your brain? Exactly what it does to everybody else. Craves for validation. You become a slave to the crowd. There is not a single person in this world that doesn't crave for validation. Just do things for yourself. It's all about validation because everybody has, this image of you. You have to match their expectation. Perfectionism. People only perfect for others. There's no such thing as being a perfectionist for yourself. The only reason people perfect is because they want to make sure it's perfect before they release it. Oh yeah, I'm a perfectionist, but it's just for me. Bullshit. What does perfectionism do? Just like trying to cut a circle out of a piece of paper, you're going to be trimming the edges until you have absolutely nothing and wasted a bunch of time. So validation is basically a thumbs up, right? That people give you that you did a good job. And the reason why we want validation is because we want to have a purpose, or we want to fit in society. We want to have value in society. Think about it. Would I still be making these YouTube videos if I was the only person on this planet? No! The hell? I'd probably be doing random shit like trying to breed horses and I don't know. But I wouldn't be making YouTube videos. Why would I do that? Making YouTube videos is my favorite way of getting validation because number 1, I enjoy doing random shit, like breeding horses, like I said earlier, but at the same time, I get to deliver value. And what else happens when people watch you? The bigger the crowd, meaning the more people that are watching you, the worse your situation becomes. Because you're not pleasing just a couple of people. You're pleasing an entire crowd now. Overthinking is the killer of creativity because it removes the intuitive process of creativity. Creativity is all about intuition. You're not supposed to sit down and think for 30 hours to create one idea. So here's what creative thinking looks like. You're walking down the park, you see a bench and you're like, oh, that bench would look pretty cool if it was yellow in color, especially in a music video. What would an overthinking, crowd-pleasing, slave to the crowd person do? Oh, that bench looks pretty nice. Would it look cool if it was yellow? Oh, but what if I'm being racist to Asians? So there's a few ways to solve this. Number 1, it's unsolvable if you will never be able to accept being disliked. Number 2, let's say if you're making YouTube videos and you're scared that your friends are gonna make fun of you, just create a new YouTube channel. And your friends will only find you if you blow up. Number 3, no balance. Children under the age of 12 spend an average of 5 hours on blank. And teens spend an average of 7.5 hours on blank. So what is that blank? Your phone. Obviously it's your phone. Everybody talks about it. Oh, dopamine detox. So why are we surprised that we're not creative? Like, why are you even watching this video? So would you be surprised if you watched basketball videos for 7 hours and then went to go and try out for your school basketball team and couldn't make it? Would you be surprised? Think of it as a skill. If you're spending more time consuming than creating, then you shouldn't be surprised as to why you're not creative. However, if you're on the flip side and you create more than you consume, guess what? That's not you because you wouldn't be watching this video. Obviously, if you're eating a lot more food than you are excreting it, then you're going to become fat. So a solution to this would be to replace the podcasts with quiet car journeys, to replace watching 4 hours of self-improvement videos with only watching mine, and replace reading self-improvement books with generating your own philosophical thoughts, your own philosophical theories. But of course, I'm not saying cut out all forms of consumption, but you know what I mean. If you can't figure out what kind of consumption isn't healthy for you, then you probably need to go to a psychologist, not watch this YouTube video. Number 3, your job. 75% of workers feel more pressure to be productive than be creative. So in all cases, your level of creative freedom would be tightened, just like a knot. Wait, hold on. Okay, back to my stupid analogies. Okay, if you were in a jungle and your tribe leader told you that, your job is to catch fish. However, you're only allowed to use your hands because that's their tribal religion. You can't even think about using a fishing rod, nor a spear, nor a bomb. Stupid analogy. Anyways, next point. Robo reliance. Artificial intelligence is 40 times faster in generating ideas than humans. We rely on the robots. We go online whenever we need to think of an idea. And what does this do? It debilitates our ability to even think when we need it. Everything is designed for efficiency. And in a way that's scary because it's designed in a way that requires you to think less. An example would be before phone tripods even existed, what I would do is find the weirdest ways to stand up my phone to get a perfect shot. I would stand it on a tree, I would tape up branches together and create these random tripod stands. You don't even have to worry or remember whether or not you left your wallet at home. We got Apple Wallet. You have to think less. The more you rely on robots, the dumber you get. You literally become more stupid, and it just reverses the entire purpose of AI, which is to make things quicker and easier for you. It actually slows you down. It makes you slow. Perfectionists look like round SpongeBob. It's facts. The fifth point is... there is no fifth point. I just said it because it sounds cooler in the title.